Well, it's getting kind of weak. But what I was gonna say was that you are totally right, Mouse Rebel. It's just so stupid the way self-inflicting harm is going to change anything. It's kind of like with Occupy Wall Street, how they're just standing around, and if the cops tell them to move, they'll move. It makes no sense. All of this new leftist liberal hippie crap of, protesting within the confines of the law and, doing as you're told is somehow going to change anything. They're not going to take you seriously if you're willing to listen to everything they say anyway. How is that showing any kind of outrage or rebellion? And how is setting yourself on fire and killing yourself useful to anybody? Now you're just dead and in no position to help anyone. So, I do disagree that Dalai Lama says that he's God. What essentially he believes is that he is Buddha reincarnate. And Buddha never said he was a god. Buddha was simply supposed to be a prophet, I guess you could say, and he was supposed to be this really wise dude that gave you tips on how to ascend into a greater state of being. That heaven was a place that people went when their energy was positive, and that they could live in more morality and with more joy in their life, and things like that. So many people believe that Buddhism is just symbolic of what could be in this life, and that it doesn't necessarily mean that there is a spiritual life. And, the whole reincarnation thing, so the Dalai Lama believes he's the reincarnation of Buddha. And so someone could say that they are the reincarnation of another saint or Jesus or something, and that would be akin to what the Dalai Lama is claiming. However, there's some contradictions here, because there have been other Tibetan monks that have been alive. Like Aleister Crowley used to say that he was the reincarnation of Buddha because he had some kind of birthmark that Buddha had, and I'm pretty sure the Dalai Lama was alive during Aleister Crowley's time. So, some people actually believed Aleister Crowley to be the Antichrist because of this whole mocking of religion he had going. Even on his physical being, he had physical characteristics that blasphemed other religions. So he had a pretty thing going here where he could say he was the Antichrist, and there was some truth to it. But I get what you're saying. I just figured I'd point that out that way, to all the Buddhists out there that I don't think you're wrong in what you say. I just worry that you're offending people that could be useful to a revolution. Because Buddhism is a secular religion. It is not something where you need to believe in a certain god. It isn't something where you have to go to church or be in good standing with church authority. So, at least that's the way it is in the West. Buddhism in other countries might not be that way, and, so I don't know a whole lot about, Tibet and things. And I make no attempt to act like I do, so you're probably right about what the Dalai Lama does, and how he's corrupt, and how he's equivalent to the Vatican of Rome, and how they try to act like they're so morally upstanding, and they know what they're talking about, but meanwhile they pull all this shit behind the scenes, or right in front of your face. So I just figured I'd get that out there, that, the Dalai Lama does not consider himself a god so much as he considers himself like a reincarnated saint, and, which I guess it pretty much amounts to the same thing, that supposedly, just because he was born, we're all supposed to honor him and hang on his every word, because other people go along with this, he's the reincarnation of this once great guy. This would be like me claiming that I'm the reincarnation of Thomas Jefferson. So everyone should listen to what I say, and American law should be based off what I believe, because I'm the reincarnation of someone else that people revered back in the day, and since I got a bunch of people going along with that, agreeing to that makes it so, which is ridiculous. So I'm not really correcting you here to correct you. I'm just saying that's a little different. Hopefully you won't take that as offensive. I'm not trying to, undermine what you're saying here. I just figured I'd get that out of the way, because I know a lot of people that are interested in Buddhism. When I was younger, I used to be. I have a couple books on it. I actually have a book written by the Dalai Lama somewhere, and I'll probably get to it soon and put it on here. And then I'll talk about it when I can find the fucking book. So that's it for now. See ya, dude.